Hey Dan is where you all can submit questions. Go to my Rumble account if you'd like to. It's very simple. Rumble.com/Bongino. It is our free speech alternative to YouTube, which has been blowing up. Thank you very much for the support. As you know, I'm an investor there. And just submit a comment under any of the videos. Guy reads them, and we pick some of them. So we got some of them for our Hey Dan segment this week. First question. Hey Dan, where's the short but sweet best reads, in other words, books, for today's common sense conservatives? JMF2121 says, make them the best of the best. Keep it short. I'm busy. Well, okay, very demanding, JMF2121, but I appreciate your candor. I am going to put together a book list on the website eventually, but I will give you a short and sweet version now. Thank you for the question. These are what I would consider to be, if I had 3 that you could read this year, we're already more than halfway through, that I believe can change your life. I mean, literally change your life. I'll give you 3 right now. You ready? First one, in order, priority. Vision of the Anointed by Thomas Sowell. There is not a better manifesto on the failed vision of the left that's readable, digestible, and will make you a better debater and arguer, back and forth. Debater, arguer is probably a bad term, but debater with leftists than Vision of the Anointed. It breaks down the entire leftist ethos in one book. It's amazing. Vision of the Anointed by the great Thomas Sowell. The second book, Nasim Talib's Black Swan. Nasim Talib's a very controversial guy. He gets into a lot of fights online, which I don't really care about the fights he gets into or not. I don't care about his personality. None of that bothers me. The book, The Black Swan, is amazing. It's a long book. It used to drive Joe crazy because I used to bring it up all the time when we were in the basement together. Remember in Severna Park when I lived there and we were doing the podcast from the closet in the back? Poor Joe is stuck like right next to me. Me always talking about the Black Swan. But there are a couple things in the Black Swan. It's a book that covers a lot of topics. It's not just one thing. But the gist of the book is how data can confuse you and how data in an interconnected world can really screw things up. And things like the turkey problem come up. You know the turkey problem, Bertrand Russell? The turkey problem is you got a bunch of turkeys on a farm. They're born, they live there, it's great. The farmer feeds them. Oh, they think it's awesome. The farmer, though, however, at the end of the year, kills them, chops their heads off, and eats them. So if the turkeys could email their buddies, like 11 months in, they're emailing their buddies, come to the farm. This is so great because the data can travel around the world. All the turkeys travel from around the world. They fly in. They go down to the farm. Like, oh, this is great food. We get to play around. And on day 365, off with your heads. All the turkeys died because of the ability to share data around the world. He compares the turkey problem to the mortgage market failure in the recession. It's an amazing, amazing book. He also gets into things like how people can use data and how they don't understand risk problems. In other words, how the real world puts firewalls up against risk. In other words, like you stick a heavy guy in a room full of thin people and say it's 1,000 thin people. It only changes the average a little bit. Nature has firewalls. But once you introduce technology and data and you introduce a few short sellers into a market, they can destroy the entire market, unlike the heavy guy can destroy the mean in the room full of thin people. Read the book. Believe me, it's amazing. Last, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Third, it's an awesome book, really unbelievable. So it's a story of Frankl's time in the concentration camp in Nazi Germany. And it talks about the need for hope. How it's not about money. It's a really amazing book. That Man's Search for Meaning is all about hope. If you have hope for survival, hope to see your wife again or whatever, that no matter the conditions, you can stay alive. Great book. So Vision of the Anointed, Black Swan, Man's Search for Meaning.